what has to be considered the best young team in the league. And it really wasn't that long of a tank. Oklahoma City Thunder shocked the world. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is just, he's incredible.
Didn't shock me. I was telling y'all last year, play the fucking guy. I was telling you last year, give him the minutes he deserves. Didn't shock me, Dave. Did not shock me.
So we just tossed out that everything Mo just said is correct, and we'll give him his props. Good job, Mo. We'll pat Mo on the head, and no, I'm kidding.
No, not pat me on the head.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kicking both of your asses. I crushed y'all on the Elam ending, and I'm beating you on this one.
I mean,
go ahead.
He's good.
So I think if OKC was in a different location on the map, we'd be starting to have that. Well, I know we've given the award to Paolo Banchero, but Jalen Williams for Rookie of the Year
is good, man.
Oh my god!
How did
first of all, both Jalen Williams are good.
Yes, which is a problem.
Yeah, but the Santa Clara Jalen, I get J-Dub.
It's J-Dub. J-Dub. It's J-Dub.
Is like that. Like the three
guard
Jalen
Williams is J-Dub. Big Jalen Williams is J-Will.
They're the same size though. So, but the 3-player combo with the size and playmaking and ball handling ability of Williams and Josh Giddey, who's sneakily kind of, I think, developed. Mo, you and I were talking about this, where he's a guy who doesn't. Both him and Shai actually are kind of guys who don't look like they make a move, but they're just kind of by guys. And you combine that with he is a high level passer. Like that is a starting point that you are envious of to put talent around. I am.
He's a dying breed. He's a connector that we're kind of losing these guys here a little bit that can just absolutely play make in the way that he's doing. Yeah, his shot needs work with all that. So's a lot of guys. But I think he has an absolute skill that puts him on the floor that makes him a weapon. And I think it's that passing in the way that he does things. And, you know, it was a while ago, but Seth, do you remember that bounce pass from the sideline out of bounds in the deep corner a long time ago? Like, you were the one that was talking about it. Like, it was a beautiful bounce pass and timed perfectly. I can't remember who, otherwise we'll pull the clip. But what I love about OKC is that they are actually trying to make the play in this year. And I think, you know, it goes a long way for that. And I think the important thing is they're playing games that matter in March and April, you know, and that's the stuff we're talking about, games that matter. And for them to be in that mix right now, I mean, they've won 3 in a row. They're at the 9th seed right now as we're talking. You know, it's going to be interesting. They need to maintain that. And I want to see them start taking the progression of winning. And I'm going to take a quick shot because, Seth, you know, do you think if maybe they were in Seattle, your boy Jalen would have some Rookie of the Year odds?
I mean, you know, I'm, as a son of the Pacific Northwest and someone who wore a Sonics sweatshirt the whole time at Sloan, you kind of know what I think about that. I want to add one more thing about why we should be very big on their future. A lot of times these young teams, they come up and then maybe they reach the point where they kind of hit a ceiling where they've had a coach that can only get them so far. I'm not like ready to go all the way but I think you have to be, when you talk about the good young coaches in the game, do you start anywhere but Oklahoma City for who is the most promising young coach in the game right now?
You know, this is a hard conversation to have. Number one, obviously, coaching influence, I think, it's hard to judge, but there are so many good, like, first, second, third year coaches in the league right now. Like, I mean, Will Hardy is on your list, right? Mm-hmm. We just talked about Jamal Mosley, Mark Daignault, obviously, Taylor Jenkins, is good. I mean, now he's been there for a little bit longer, but I think that we're at the point where there aren't many bad coaches, but Mark Daignault might be an excellent coach. Like, he might be a guy who we're considering a top 5 guy here before too long.
So here's the thing is, and Mo, you and I have talked about this. So some other people have hit this on Twitter a lot. Is Oklahoma City might be starting to showcase the bones of what is the next defensive style revolution in the NBA.
Yeah.
And we've talked all year about the offensive explosion and will defenses catch up. Like Oklahoma City is the team that is bucking the trend. You've talked about this a ton of defenses being too predictable. You run a simple action, how you press the button, you get the prize, kind of with how the rotations are going to work. Oklahoma City, they guard early and switch late. And and just finding that as a thing to counteract how modern offenses are playing, like that's the thing that has me kind of excited about where they might go.
And I mean, they get Chet next year.
Yeah, I mean they get whatever rookie they draft this year and get Chet Holmgren back, and I think that goes a long way. And we'll see how Chet kind of pans out as an NBA player in all of those things. And I know expectations go up and things like that, but this is a team that's going to have high expectations for next year, and that's the next challenge. Like they're going to graduate out of this kind of conversation and go into the next conversation where everybody's going to be like, "We expect things from you now," and a lot of teams buckle under that. A lot of young teams kind of fall apart after that. And this is going to be an important stretch for them. The end of this season, hopefully the play-in tournament, maybe even the playoffs, and how they finish there and how they begin next season. This is an important, I don't know how many months that is. Let's just assume 6 month stretch for them and go from there to see how it builds for them. But you got to like what you're seeing from them. This is going to be an exciting team.